Once upon a time, in a cozy little town nestled between rolling hills and whispering woods, there stood a quaint house with a magical secret. The house belonged to a family who had just moved in from the bustling city. In the backyard, there was a small garden, and within it, a delightful surprise awaited them. A tiny fairy village. The fairy village was unlike anything they had seen before. Tiny cottages with flower-petal roofs, miniature paths winding around tiny trees, and even a sparkling pond where small fish swam happily. The family was enchanted by the whimsical village and its tiny inhabitants, but they never expected what would happen next. One night young Emily, the youngest in the family, noticed something peculiar. As she peeked out her window, she saw tiny lights twinkling within the fairy village. Curious and a bit nervous, she tiptoed into the garden. To her amazement, there were real fairies flitting about, their wings shimmering in the moonlight. "Hello there!" A tiny voice chimed from a nearby flower. Emily looked down to see a fairy with sparkling blue wings smiling up at her. "Are you real fairies?" Emily whispered, hardly daring to believe. The fairies nodded, and their leader, a wise old fairy named Aurora, explained that they had chosen this garden because it was safe and filled with kindness. However, they faced a problem. The mischievous forest sprites had been causing trouble, trying to steal their homes and disrupt their peaceful village. Emily listened intently. She promised Aurora and the other fairies that she would help them protect their village. She spoke to her family about the fairies, and together they worked to keep the garden safe and welcoming for their tiny friends. They set up tiny fences to keep out the sprites, placed treats for the fairies to enjoy, and even built little benches for them to rest on. As time went by, Emily learned many things from the fairies. She learned about kindness and compassion, about the importance of helping those who are smaller and more vulnerable than oneself. She learned to appreciate the beauty of nature and the magic that could be found in unexpected places. Most importantly, Emily learned that even though she was just a human girl, she could make a big difference in the lives of others, no matter how small they may be. The fairies, in turn, taught her that sometimes the smallest acts of kindness can create the biggest magic. The fairy village thrived under Emily's care, and the bond between her family and the fairies grew strong. They lived together in harmony, each bringing joy and wonder to the other. And so, in the little town with the whispering woods and the magical garden, a beautiful friendship bloomed, a testament to the power of kindness and the enchantment of believing in things unseen.